So I was scrolling through my TikTok like I do when I am doom scrolling, and a notification popped up across my screen from Reddit, and it said, "What is going on with Mark Lee?" So naturally, right, I opened it up. People are saying that Mark Lee may be in a cult. Maybe a cult. I'm like, ma'am, how did we get here? I knew Mark Lee from NCT left NCT and SM Entertainment a while ago, but Cole? So naturally, I do my digging, and here's what I found. And let me tell you, baby, there is a lot going on, a lot that I was not very versed in. Being someone who's a casual outliner when it comes to NCT, like if their songs come up, I'm not gonna skip. I may look at a music video here and there, but baby, I'm not in the fandom deep, so I don't know what's going on with these boys. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about Mark's religion, Mark's departure from NCT, his new company called Upper Room, and everything that's gonna be going into that. Okay, we're still gonna deep dive in this. If you have not heard about this or you are not aware of what's going on, I've done the necessary research to get you guys, the info, the 411 on what the hell is going on with Mark Lee and what the hell his fans are talking about. First, let's start off with the beginning. Mark leaves NCT. If you don't know who Mark is and you don't know who NCT is, and this is your first time coming across this video, NCT is a K-pop boy group, and Mark was in it. And I'm not saying he was in it. I'm talking about there was a running joke at some point that when SM debuted a new group, specifically under NCT, the NCT banner, it was put Mark in it. NCTU, put Mark in it. NCT 127, put Mark in it. NCT Dream, put Mark in it. Super M, put Mark in it. At one point, people, when aespa was getting debuted in SM Entertainment, they was like, is Mark gonna be in that too? That's a whole girl group. That's a whole girl group. It was a running joke. Even someone as casual as me was like, oh, ran with the joke every now and then, because this man seemingly had no days off. He seemingly was always in a group, debuting something, whether it be a song, whether it be solo activities, whatever, Mark was in it. I mean, Mark has been with SM Entertainment since 2012. Since 2012, it's been, this is 2026, so 14 years he was with that company. 14 years. He spent a good chunk of his teenage and adult life in SM Entertainment. And him leaving was a shock. No one expected the Mark Lee to leave SM. He was NCT. He's Mr. NCT. Like, if you would have asked anyone from the outside about NCT and name any members from NCT, the first one is Mark. So him leaving SM Entertainment was shocking, to say the least, from not only fans inside of the fandom, but also just casual fans and fans of K-pop around were very shocked. I was very shocked. I did not see that come when I first seen that come across my screen. So obviously, fans and alike started running with, well, why did he leave? Was it money? Was it creative freedom? Was it rest? And obviously there wasn't any confirmation coming from either SM Entertainment or at Mark. So naturally, they decided to turn to, oh, well, it was religion. So first, what I've digged up is that Mark has always been particularly religious. There's no doubt about it that he was very Christian. He has talked about Christianity, even in his first debut album, I think it was First Fruits, was a very religious reference. And even leaving NCT, he started his company called Upper Room, which has also religious ties. So there's no doubt about it. Mark has always been pretty religious from what I have gathered online. This is not something that is new. It's not particularly something that's shocking. If you were to ask any citizen about Mark and his faith, they would have been told you that it's normal. But with him leaving SM Entertainment and then starting his company called Upper Room, which is supposed to be his own company that's supposed to be like where he's supposed to be releasing his own music, and from my understanding he is supposed to be releasing religious focused music, which is not wrong. I mean, there's tons of gospel groups, gospel singers. I'm used to it, but people are really zooming in and focusing on the people around Mark, and this is where the cult allegations are running wild. It's not that he was religious beforehand. It wasn't the first album. It wasn't even the company making. It's the people around him and their connections to different religious organizations in South Korea, and those religious organizations cult accusations that are really what's driving this rumor and these discussions. If you're looking online and if you're on Reddit or any discussion forums, one name is going to be coming up pretty frequently when it comes with Mark, and that's going to be David Lee. Now, who is David Lee? We don't really know for sure. Some people speculate that he used to work with SM Entertainment and NCT pretty closely. Some people are saying that after he was either fired or he left SM Entertainment, and then shortly after Mark left SM Entertainment, I guess he started surrounding himself with him like he was like a manager. If you know anything about K-pop, managers are people who manage the talent. They're not producers, they're not the company. They're just people who are going to be, how do I explain it, traveling with the group and helping the group out with different things. They're not like a normal manager in the US terms, where a manager may get you brand deals and may organize things for you. Not like in that sense. This manager is someone who manages the group and the talent, making sure they stay together, they get from point A to point B on time, making sure they're up, making sure they're on, you know, just running smoothly, basically is what this manager is job. And that is what, or assumed, David Lee was. Now, with David Lee, there are some rumors that he stopped working with SM Entertainment due to his religious values, and also that Mark's living with David. There's a bunch of shit going on online. People are saying, oh, Mark's a trad wife, and that he is living with David and he's taking David's kids to school and he's cooking and like, it's crazy. They're running wild. The jokes are running wild, but the theories are running wild as well. And let's be very clear, there's no evidence of David being linked to some type of religious cult. I want to put it out there because I don't want to be sued like some of the other people are on the internet nowadays. There's no evidence of this. There is zero facts. There's no facts. People are just running with some person said they heard this, screenshotting it and running wild with that. That is basically what is going on here. When it comes to David Lee, we don't know what his religious affiliation with. Some people are saying that before he wiped his Instagram, he was pretty religious on there. Who knows? I don't know for sure. Obviously, he wiped his Instagram and there's no evidence of that. There's no screenshots. There's no nothing that I have concluded. And if there is, my bad, I ain't see it. Then there's the JYP connection that I also saw on social media. If you don't know who JYP is the CEO. Well, I don't think he's no longer the CEO. He's a chairman and founder of JYP Entertainment, a whole different company from SM Entertainment. So there is some fan circulation or theories or rumors that David was linked to some religious activities with JYP. It is not. If you know anyone who knows anything about JYP and JYP, the actual founder and chairman, you know even I know he's a bit religious. I've seen videos of him like doing Bible studies and holding like religious like meetings and stuff like that. It's known. And so David is somehow connected to JYP, and people are now throwing around the word cult. But the thing is, there's no definitive that JYP is part of a cult. He's just super religious. And there's no connection that David and JYP have any connection either. So another rumor, another theory that's on the internet, but it's not actually fact. So we need to be careful with those types of things, guys. We need to be careful. So why are people running with these theories? And I think it has to do with a common theme of artists leaving companies, and all of a sudden all these allegations are blowing up. Because one of the things that I guess gets overshadowed when a successful artist or a successful K-pop idol is under a successful group and company is that a lot of these rumors kind of dissipate. They don't grow, they don't fester, because the company doesn't let them live. I'm pretty sure SM Entertainment had people online, you know, vetting things and vetting information and probably sending cease and desist behind closed doors. And because Mark is on his own, these rumors and these theories are traveling a lot further than they normally would have under SM Entertainment. And also him leaving NCT, considering he is or was seen as Mr. NCT. Like, and if you think of NCT, think of Mark. Like, that's what it was. It was the equal, the same thing. They were the same thing. You say Mark Lee, you mean NCT. Like, that is how interconnected they were. And I think with him suddenly leaving and then his religion becoming very, very visible, because I'm assuming that when he was under SM Entertainment and NCT, they probably were like, hey, you need to relax, or this can't be super religious. But he may have always been super religious, just not outwardly, if that makes any sense. And then, speaking of controversies, let's go on to the Confederate Flag controversy. Yes, and even I know about this one. Now, this one made it to my interwebs at some point, and all it did was throw gasoline on whatever fire was already brewing when it comes to Mark, his living situations, this guy named David Lee, and the cult allegations. So what is the Confederate flag controversy? Mark was seen wearing a Confederate flag shirt. He received major backlash because a couple things. One, Mark is, if I'm not mistaken, Canadian. I don't think Mark is Mark American or Canadian? Yeah, Mark is Canadian. So in a nutshell, because he is from North America, a lot of people feel like he should know what that flag symbolizes. And him being seen wearing that shirt with that flag on it was an issue, because had he had the right people around him, I don't think he would have been caught out wearing a Confederate flag on a shirt. I just don't think he would have been doing that. I just don't think so. Now, the shirt doesn't prove any cult allegations. He could just have been putting on a shirt and didn't realize it was a Confederate flag. I'm not gonna hold you guys. It happens. I mean, not for me, but I guess for people outside of America. But he's also Canadian? I don't know. But you know what I mean, right? But basically, it fuels the flames of what is going on with Mark Lee. People are deep diving into what's going on with Mark Lee. They're hitting these rumors, these theories, these allegations, and it's running wild. So what do we actually know? Like, what is actually facts? One, Mark Lee has left SM and NCT. Mark Lee has been Christian his whole entire life. It is known for years. It's not something new. He was that before he left SM. He's that now. He started a new company or a new branding that is very religious. Okay. But that's kind of really it. Everything else is hypotheticals, theories, nothing concrete. There's no concrete evidence that Mark is a part of a cult. There just isn't. I've done the research, I've done the deep dives. I can't find anything where I definitive either way that Mark is a part of a cult. I just can't see it. Here's my theory about why these theories are going on. I think people want explanation on why Mark left SM Entertainment. That's what it boils down to. They want an explanation, and unfortunately they're not getting it from Mark. They're not going to get it from SM Entertainment. Obviously, he didn't come out and said I wanted more creative freedom, or I wanted to rest a little, or he never said anything. He just said, hey, I left, you know, and we left on good terms, and that's it. There's no other explanation. And I think because there's no other explanation, people are running wild with the theories that are online. And we need to be careful with that. We need to be careful about the things that we talk about online and the things that we believe and don't believe. Just because you see something online because someone heard something or someone saw something does not mean that it's true. We have to be a lot more diplomatic with the wording and the things that we see online, especially when it comes to people who are, how do I say this, not really vocal online either. That's because he's silent doesn't mean his silence is acknowledgement of what is going on behind closed doors. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and we need to be very careful with the language and the discourse that we are having online. Now, does that mean he's not in a cult? Hell no. Hell no. We all know South Korea is very religious, and there are a lot of cult allegations and cult controversies that have happened over the years. I'm not saying, I mean, one of the things when I first got into K-pop and I was like, oh, I want to visit South Korea, one of the things that people said to foreigners, be careful about people come to you and talk about they want to go to Bible study because it could be a cult. So I'm not saying that he's not in a cult. What I'm saying is that there's no reliable information as of right now to determine that he is or isn't in a cult at all. So is Mark Lee in a cult? We don't know. I don't know. We don't know. Lee don't know. Okay? So, but I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think Mark is in a cult? Did you find evidence that he's in a cult? I mean, I'm willing to give my email out people to, you know, send me evidence that he is in a cult, because I haven't found it. I just haven't found it. I've searched through Reddit. I've searched through other things. I'm not finding any concrete evidence that this man is in a cult. But I'm willing to change my mind. Okay? But if you like this type of content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.